What is up, my amigos? It is Wilfred Von Ghoul, and here today I want to talk about the new Faces of Death. That's right, a new one is coming out in theaters April 10th. And what I want to talk about is if I think it's going to flop or if it's going to be a hit. And I think more likely than not, it's going to be a flop.
Damn!
And here is why. When it comes to the OG Faces of Death, it was kind of like a taboo to watch it. You know what I'm saying? It was a movie that contained real deaths, and it's up for debate if any of it was real or if all of it was real or this or that or wherever may be it. But I highly doubt that this new movie in 2026 that they're putting in theaters is going to have real people dying in it. Just a hunch I have, you know what I'm saying? Plus, in the day and age that we're living in, when you're on Instagram Reels or something, every third video is somebody getting murked by something. I might be speaking for myself here, but I've been kind of desensitized to a sense, not by my own will, just whatever, it just pops up on my page of people being murked by something. And believe it or not, Instagram wasn't a thing way back when the OG movie came out. Another reason why I think it's gonna flop is the original had like, I don't know what word you would use, maybe like aura to it or something. Kind of like similar to Bloody Mary in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, although I wasn't around in these times, my father had told me the stories of what you would have to do to watch these movies. And it's not like nowadays where you could just, it's on Netflix, you could Amazon Prime it, you could buy it, rent it, some people pirate it, I don't. And you could just watch it damn near immediately. Back then, specifically for this movie, he told me that he would have to gather with his friends and figure out who has what, and they would trade and switch and this and that to be able to watch which ones they wanted to, because there was multiple Faces of Death. And I know what you're thinking. How did they have it before they could trade it with each other? And that's where the glorious video store, Blockbuster thing comes in handy. That itself already has a unique aura to it that not everybody got to experience. I got to experience it a little bit when I was younger. And like I was saying, with Netflix and Amazon, whatever, you could just watch it whenever. But back then, you had to actually go and drive and pick up those movies. So it had to be a thing, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, or it would be very less likely that you're just going to go rent a movie and just throw it somewhere and just forget about it. No, you went over there and you intentionally chose the movie you wanted to watch, sit down, gather friends or family, or maybe by yourself. But I guess since we're talking about Faces of Death, you would gather your friends or amigos or whoever may be it and sit and watch this movie, and it would have something to it, you know what I'm saying? And without those two like big things right there, without the mystery or without the taboo of it, or without the trading and trying to get this and that and the video stores and it just being released in theaters, it kind of knocks it down a couple pegs when you're trying to compare it to what it was versus what it's going to be. So there's already you're already starting at a couple disadvantages here, which is no bueno. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, can it work, or how can you make it work? And I gotta say, thank you for asking me, you know? But this is what I think you gotta do, at least to a degree. So obviously the original, everybody thought it was real at the time, this, that, and the third. I think the best way to approach it is to make it look like a found footage film, or something where somebody's like holding a camera and recording. It can't be too polished, you know, because when it comes to like found footage, like think of the Blair Witch, for example. The aesthetic that it gives, it makes it seem more realistic. I mean, at the time, Blair Witch, that was the whole thing. People thought it was real as well. But why did they think it was real? Because the way it was being recorded and presented. And if they just come in with these high quality cameras and lenses and the whole nine, it makes it seem too polished for a movie that needs to seem underground in a way. I think another good move they could pull is making it an anthology film. You could have different people recording from the handheld devices or whatever it may be, and they see or experience their death, their different face of death, or whatever it may be, versus it just being one person filming their group of friends or whatever it is. If it's just like a group of friends here, something happens, group of friends there, something happens, one or two people here, one person, whatever. Another movie that did that was VHS, and when VHS did it, it made it seem a whole lot more creepier. So I think they could take a page out of VHS and use that for Faces of Death. 2026. I also seen something with the movie posters being banned or whatever, which I don't know. It seems fake to me because I'd never seen or heard of anything of any movie posters being banned before. I mean, the Saw movie posters have dismembered limbs and this, that, and the third all the time. Am I right or am I wrong on that? And from what it seems, the new Faces of Death movie posters just kind of look like not that bad from what it seems. Just like a little bloody. Like nothing crazy. Like nobody getting their throat slit open on the freaking movie poster or something. So I don't know. I just feel like they're trying to get that controversy aura that the first one had, kind of. But I don't know. To me, it seems like it's fake. It could be totally real, but it seems kind of like fishy to me, at least. I don't know. You let me know about that. I did see the first movie trailer of this where it didn't show too much. It was more like a teaser trailer. And just recently, today, I didn't know there was an actual like trailer for the movie before I started making the video and script or whatever. But it kind of just looks like a slasher movie almost from what they show in the trailer. Which, I'm fine with slashers movies and whatnot. But if they're going to do that, then I don't really understand how it's going to work for Faces of Death. Because if you've seen the original, it had this guy, I think it was a mortician, I'm not 100% sure. And he kind of just like went and narrated the film, and he went to some areas to like document what was going on with like cults and this and that and the third. But if you're just going to ignore all of that and you're just going to try to make some slasher movie, then my question is why? Why call it Faces of Death? Why not call it something completely different? Because it could be a great movie, a great slasher movie, if that's what it is. But it will be ruined if you just throw the Faces of Death name on it, because that's not that. You know what I'm saying? That's like one step forward, two steps back. At that point, you should just make your own thing. And if this is true, it's not just a problem with this movie. It's a problem with a lot of horror movies that are being remade or rebooted or whatever you want to call it, because they have this thing. It's like a whole different idea. The only thing that's similar from the old movie is like the slasher or a couple of names here and there, maybe the location. And it kind of just ruins everything because we have an idea of what the film should be and what we're expecting and this and that. And they give everything new to us instead of just making something original. And it would have been way better if it was original, because original is something new. But at the end of the day, I'll be watching the movie, probably give it a review most likely. And I just don't think it's going to be able to capture the taboo and mythology of the first movie. Because, like I said, times have changed, everything's different now. And you're just not going to be able to have that taboo and whatever the hell else the first movie had on it, because of the new age of technology that we live in. That's my video for today. I hope you guys have a good day. Let me know if you're going to watch the movie. What you think? Is it doomed? Do they have a chance? Is it going to do better? And all I have to say is stay groovy.